Did you know that the Canadian Internet Registration Authority's 2019 survey recently found that the Canadians are using technology to shape their lives, make decisions, and access important information more than ever? For example, the CIRA found that Canadians use the internet to access higher education, buy or sell a home, find a job, or even find a relationship. In addition, 3/4 of Canadians say that they are most likely to communicate with their bank online, while 56% of Canadians say that they go online to communicate with their government. Therefore, there's no arguing that technology is not pervasive in our modern lives. However, that pervasiveness is often conflated with technology's profound ability to be a force for equity in society. In this week's edition of the Great EdTech Debate, we argue that technology is not a force for equity in society. During the debate, we will examine the digital divide, what it is and who it affects the most, techno-colonialism, and, in our closing arguments, the non-neutrality of technology. First up, the digital divide. While the digital divide was initially understood to recognize the inequities in physical access to information, media, and technologies, today we understand the digital divide to also refer to technology maintenance and the difference in skills among people. For example, the population of people who struggle not just to have access to devices, but who struggle to connect those devices with reliable broadband and to keep them connected in order to utilize technology effectively and gain skills. This includes our students. Reasons for the divide include affordability. Many families can't afford to buy devices to sufficiently accommodate their technological needs. This results in some families sacrificing needs in place of tech-related costs. Accessibility. Access to internet services aren't available in many rural areas in Canada. To get these services, families have to pay extra for better broadband installations or supportive technology, and still, the connection is unstable or inadequate for their needs. In fact, CIRA found that as little as 40% of rural Canadian homes have access to reliable internet. Varying ability. The study of post-secondary institutions in the state of Texas revealed a lack of accessibility of the institution's web pages and information pages for those with disabilities or English language learners, with the average reading level being grades 10 to 12. A similar study in the United Kingdom found that many web pages were missing web readers or inadequately accessible for the blind and often had no access to free translation tools for English language learners. We are currently living in a unique situation. Even though inequities in the educational technology world existed before the pandemic, these inequities are more prominent now because of the importance placed upon continuing education at a distance. As Neil Morton asks, some children with disabilities require special technology to accommodate physical impairments. The problem is now that they've been left unsolved in the face of this crisis. Will we conquer the divide in the educational world when this pandemic is over? Next up, techno-colonialism. Techno-colonialism is a term most likely coined by Randy Bush to describe the exploitation of poor cultures by richer ones through technology. Examples of this include Facebook's 2017 beta testing of a new algorithm on 6 countries that led to activists and other local companies seeing a sudden downtick in their traffic and engagement. Facebook made changes without letting the government agencies or users know. Facebook labeled this experiment in encouraging meaningful conversations, while Facebook did not beta test in other wealthier nations. Techno-colonialism can also be found in other well-intended philanthropic endeavors, such as One Laptop Per Child, which sought to arm children in developing countries with laptops that cost just $100. At the conference in which founder Nicholas Negroponte unveiled the OLPC laptop, many delegates were critical, saying that their countries had higher priorities like laptops. What we need is clean water and real schools, Cameroonian delegate Martha Idashenko told CNN. These are the reasons we believe technology is not a force for equity in society. If we intend to use technology as a force for equity in society, we must first examine the ways in which technology is currently contributing to inequities in a technological society.